Hey, what up, Capers?
Hey, Capers.
We've been gone for a minute.
Yeah, we've been gone for a while. It's first Cape Seat free release with us in this decade, 2020, which is off to a fantastic start so far. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, we had that one episode, and then the world ended. But
that
one special one.
Now you got Cape Seat free live from quarantine edition, like everything else right now. So
I like how we finally see the couch that we used to sit on, all four of us in that little couch.
No, this isn't the same couch.
Oh, it's not.
You don't recognize the couch. Wow.
Room. This is IKEA. This is quality. Quality stuff right here.
All right, let's jump into some beer of the week. I've got The Abyss 2017 Reserve. This is by Deschutes Brewery.
Oh.
I think it's like 11.4% alcohol. Yeah.
Oh, that's dark.
That's me.
11 point. Oh, damn. Okay. Wow. All right. We're gonna ask you questions at the end of this thing. Answer them.
What's the comic book tie into that? How's that tie into the theme?
There's nothing. We're just in the world's in the abyss right now. So I figured this is.
So a giant abyss. Okay.
Yep.
I don't have much left in my house alcohol wise, but this might be a little bit of a stretch, but I have. Well, first of all, I got my ArcLight / Once Upon a Time in Hollywood glass, so it's kind
nice.
of so it's like Hollywood related comic book movies. But so I have Kahlua on the rocks, and I was thinking rocks, rock people, Korg from Thor. Korg's name starts with a K. Kahlua. Okay. That's my stretch. So
why does it feel like I'm answering an SAT question right now?
K is to Kahlua as rocks is to Korg.
Hey, that was cheating because I didn't realize that we could. I thought we were still staying the beer theme.
I only have Blue Moon in the house. I can't tie that into much. So I'll do something different.
Well, I mean, mine's is worse.
What you got there?
I have pretty much. This is quarantine time, so there's a lot of
we got to scrape by.
So it's just what's in the fridge. It's what's in the fridge. And so my beer apparently is Bud Light Orange. I know a lot of you haven't tasted it, and neither have I until now.
I bet it's refreshing.
It's not that bad. It's pretty decent, but I mean.
Maybe on a hot summer day, it's kind of like a.
It is. It seems like a good happy hour while the sun's still out drink.
Yeah.
That's what I'll go with. And in my tie-in, it's gonna be tough to tie in Bud Light, but what I'm doing is drinking it out of a giant chalice.
Oh my god, that's like a Thor style.
Which is a Thor style chalice.
Like you get to the bottom of that, Doctor Strange will refill that for you instantly.
Exactly.
Oh man. The fellas, what are we talking about today?
Well, first off, I'm glad to see you guys who I haven't seen in a while.
I know. We're socially distancing.
Yeah, we have been socially distant. And we haven't been to the movies because, there's no movies out there apparently.
What's the last movie you saw? The last movie I saw was oh God, what's the one about the
in the theater?
In the theater?
That my girlfriend was trying to tell me.
You remember the theater, right? Yeah.
The Farewell. We watched that last night. No, we saw what's the one about the Invisible Man? Is it? The Invisible Man.
Oh, the Invisible Man. Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see that. I heard it was good though.
It was really. It was like anxiety to the umpteenth thousand the whole single time. I think it was good because if you ever wonder what it probably felt like to be in an abusive relationship and have that follow you, this is probably a good representation of what that's like. So it was terrifying.
Oh, wow.
I think the last one I saw in the theater was 1917. I think. That
was a good movie.
Yeah, which was great. I loved it.
It came out well. I wasn't expecting when I went to watch 1917 how the trailer pitched it. It's just like you're gonna go deliver a message to the other side, so this army doesn't get attacked. And to me, I'm like, that's Saving Private Ryan. Mm-hmm. And so from the trailer, I was just like, okay, they're just doing kind of another war movie. But when I actually went and saw it, It's not.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's not that many World War I movies out there too. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Like that's what Wonder Woman kind of stood apart like that. Wonder Woman's a World War I movie. I mean, you could probably name all the World War I movies you can think of on like, less than two hands. Like Wonder Woman, 1917, War Horse, Paths of Glory. Like that's about like, I don't know.
You are the
You
resident
named all the
movie
ones
nerd.
I could think of.
Those are all the ones I can think of off the top of my head for World War I movies. It just kind of got overshadowed by World War II, and then everybody decided to make World War II movies.
Yeah,
well, that's the one of the times the sequel was better than the original, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, I guess so.
No.
Speaking of sequels and all that stuff, so Chris, what you were gonna bring up about what this whole situation the world is in right now, how that's affecting our bread and butter, movies and comic book movies.
Yeah. I'll even bring it up coming off the last thing, because the last thing I saw was the Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn.
And, I haven't seen it yet. I gotta check it out.
And and to me, I was like, because I mentioned on IG that this is like the first time, the beginning of the year, the first 4 superhero movies that were going to hit the theaters were all female leads.
Amazing.
The Birds of Prey. They were finally going to release the New Mutants, which is predominantly women.
Black Widow, of course.
Black Widow, and then Wonder Woman. Those are the first 4 superhero movies. So just not even that long ago, they could barely get one female-led superhero. And
now they've all been wiped off the release calendar.
Yeah. And so right when they do it, the world ends. I mean,
coronavirus is very anti-woman apparently.
Yeah, it's like, man.
What the hell, COVID-19?
I was actually like
sexist.
really jonesing to watch all of those and review them, because we did was doing a one-off. So it's like a little new one-off segment where you watch live movies, but after going to the movie theater, which
your Birds of Prey review was fantastic. Yeah. Even though I haven't seen the movie yet, but good stuff.
That's why I'm not listening to it, because I want to watch the movie first.
Yeah, well, okay, there's a couple minor spoilers in there, so minor. That doesn't ruin the movie, but
I forgot already, so it's fine.
But hey, something? The movie is on demand. It's one of those. It's funny because like that, The Invisible Man, the movie Bloodshot. There's a couple of the movies that came out that were in the theaters.
Onward.
Onward. Yeah, Onward too. Onward was about to come out. And those movies were already out in the theaters when this.
So Onward had just come out a couple weeks ago.
Oh, it just came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's great. I don't know if you guys are watching it. I really enjoyed it. I watched it the Friday night on Disney Plus.
I've heard mostly good reviews. But,
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a nice movie. Yeah, is it like Pixar's best? No, but like it's way better than a lot of your average animated movies as well. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a nice heartwarming movie.
No, I mean it's funny how because they took those movies that were in the theater and they threw them on, what's it called, demand. Yeah, on demand, because everyone's movie theaters now in their house.
Well,
which is kind of like
I'm nervous about the way our industry is going to look after this. I mean, I'm nervous about what the world's going to look like, but I'm nervous about the industry and theatrical releases. And man,
I just think people are going to be nervous to go back to the movies or anywhere with crowds after this. So it's going to be real slow to get people back to the movies in huge droves, huge numbers.
Yeah,
so it's going to be risky for stuff that's still coming out in the summer. I mean, we'll see how things do, but we don't even know how long the situation is going to last for. But it's
like if we were worried about originality before, like, are we only going to see stuff that's going to be a huge hit? Now our studio's not going to take it.
Bob Iger, Disney's moving Artemis Fowl, Kenneth Branagh's, which pretty expensive movie that already got shuffled around a bunch of times. They said that's going to it was supposed to come out, I think, next month in May. They're moving it straight to Disney Plus, and he said in an interview today that they will probably move more movies directly to Disney Plus going forward. But I think he did say not the franchise ones, obviously, because he can still make a lot of movies off the franchise ones. But I don't know.
I heard about that. I mean, there was because people were saying, there's rumors before they set out that Black Widow was going to be released in November. There was rumors saying, hey, maybe they should just release it on Disney Plus. I'm like, the big franchise movies, like you said, are not gonna. They're still gonna come out.
They won't do that.
Oh no, they're not gonna do that. They pushed Fast and the Furious 9 to next year.
the whole
whole movie. They pushed it to next year.
Sony moved all their summer movies, Ghostbusters, everything moved off this year to next year. So it's great because they know with filming, that's another thing, not just releases, but filming is shut down everywhere now too. So studios aren't going to have movies ready for next year. So it's actually in their best interest to move any big movies that were ready. You know, if they're not going to have, if they know they're not going to have stuff ready to make their dates for next year, they need product for 2021.
Right. So. And it's crazy because the entertainment industry is always supposed to be recession proof. Like everyone wants to go to the movies, take that short vacation to go to the movies, but I don't think this is unprecedented. As my mentor says, he's about 70 years old. He's like, I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime.
Yeah, because I mean, they're going to run out of if this went on for like a year, you're going to run out of content eventually. Yeah, a lot of TV shows, late night hosts are filming episodes from their house, but as far as like filming movies and stuff, it's just not. You can't do it right now. But so it's the product will run out eventually. So yeah,
I was talking to one of our producers, and we were on the phone because we were supposed to be shooting. Our first production was supposed to be the 12th of April. So obviously that's not going to happen. And then the next one's supposed to be the 5th or March 2nd, May 2nd. And I was talking to her about it. She's like, yeah, I don't think anything's going to be happening till August. She was like, I don't think any productions are going to be back till August. And like, if that's true, then just think of how much content we're not going to be seeing and how many jobs aren't going to be available for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Like I believe that like, well, when we actually get started back again, when everything gets back on, everything gets back going. I don't know when that is yet, but I think for the industry, they will start hiring. They'll probably start hiring right away, mainly because they're going to be behind on everything.
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be a lot of jobs.
They're not going to be able to make the dates they had, but they're going to have to make new ones.
Oh, yeah.
They have to still shoot.
Well, yeah, speaking of that, it's like all the, we have a long time to wait for the next like MCU movie now. Black Widow moved in November, supposed to come out in March, and that shifted every other Marvel movie into the next movie slot for the next till summer 2022.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
So that affected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I just looked at the list. 8 Marvel movies moved their dates after Black Widow moved, but luckily, they're lucky because they've already staked out those dates, so they have easy dates to just slide into. But it's crazy because the last MCU movie, as of right now, is Spider-Man: Far From Home, which was July 2019.
Yes.
Wow.
Now there won't be another MCU movie till Black Widow, which is November of this year. So it'll be a year and 4 months between MCU movies, which is definitely the longest gap since this started in 2008. But I don't know. I was thinking the other night, I was thinking about Infinity War and Endgame and stuff, and then Spider-Man. I was like, I miss those characters right now. Right?
Yeah,
it's been like 9 months.
That's a question because, I believe with Spider-Man, I think it was slated to come out in 2022, the next one. But it's coming
the next one,
summer.
Well, now it's on July 2021. So maybe
it is? Because that's what I was going to say, because I feel like Spider-Man, I feel like they had to deal with Sony that they come out around July, summertime.
That one may have not moved the release dates because it's a Sony movie, but
right. That's my thing. And so, but storyline wise, usually they all are. There's a reason why they're in that order, storyline wise.
Yeah.
So with Spider-Man not moving, would that mess up the continuity a little bit? Because obviously they have this continuity planned, and if they move everything but Spider-Man, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a good.
You're the professional in the Sony lot.
Good question. I don't know. Yeah, I know.
You're our Sony deep throat.
Hey, I only know about the animation side, not the. Live action side,
No, I was thinking about that. Yeah, because Spider-Man is not going to come out in November. That's going to be a summer movie. And I'm sure that was part of their deal. I don't know if COVID would change that.
Was the next Spider-Man movie?
Apparently.
Was the next Spider-Man movie? Was it Spider-Man Work From Home?
That's the next one coming out. Check the IG page.
KFC free IG page.
Nice.
It's
gonna be really interesting. Have you guys thought about too how, in the next couple of years, I mean, people are going to be talking about this forever, this current situation, you know, but how we're going to see a lot of movies and TV shows inspired by this, or episodes. I mean, there's already been news. What, a couple of guys who did The Office have already sold a pitch to a network about, it's kind of like The Office, but remove The Office, you know, kind of like what people are doing now, working from home or virtual meetings. But I mean, like, I was thinking there'd be so many episodes of like comedies, like, I don't know, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or like all sorts, like, there'll be episodes where they're all trapped, you know.
And we've already seen that. We've seen Unfriended, right? Unfriended was a film that really done.
Oh, really?
That worked out really well.
Yeah, it was a horror movie. Yeah, I think they made a sequel too.
Yeah, they did.
No, yeah, I mean that movie was all online for the most part.
Yeah,
I believe. I didn't see the movies. I wanted to actually.
Okay.
I wanted to see how that concept would work.
I mean, yeah,
I guess I should watch it now since it's a little more real.
Yeah, and it won't just be comedy. And obviously, like, you know, there's a fine line to, like, you don't want to joke about the actual disease and what's going on and all the stuff that's going. But like, there's a lot of comedy, I think, that can come out of the situation of people just being trapped at their houses and stuff.
Yeah,
And I think you can definitely make comedy out of that. You know, because we're all, you know, so many people are, you know, literally billions of people around the world are going through the same experience right now.
If they were still making purges, they could do a purge during quarantine.
You hear about that news story that like
the
police in Louisiana, to enforce a curfew, actually played the purge siren and like freaked everybody out?
I did not hear
apologize.
that. I did.
Yeah, I don't know. I was reading.
Don't apologize for that. Get your ass in the house.
Yeah,
it is scary though. I was driving down Magnolia Boulevard, coming from Burbank back to North Hollywood, and I kept on seeing these groups of people outside, like, and they were all outside of the gun shop, trying to buy guns, and that's so scary,
things hopefully aren't going to break down that much, but you know, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think so, but it's just like
I didn't think so, but I think this will
$12,000. Right. I didn't think this will happen. I didn't think movie theaters are going to be shut down. But just think about it. So a stimulus check of $12,000. Like, what is that going to do for a family? I mean, I know there's
1,200, not 12,000.
12,000.
Yeah.
What is that going to do for a family of four? You know what I mean? For
a family of four, and maybe like Nebraska or something might go a little further.
No, I think each married couple gets 20, like double that, and then you get more
married couples get 24.
But well, yeah, it's just I don't know. People, it's going to be tough for a long time. It's going to be a long road to recovery, and I just hope people go back to the movies and they can kick off the movie season with some movies this summer. And I miss going to the movies. I really want to go back and see things on the big screen again. And
I mean, I'm
to go out. And
I'm pretty sure they're planning to do big things with the franchise movies, at least when they actually allowed to do releases again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we move to the next question? I thought my timer here was 5 minutes, but it's 30 minutes. So.
Oh no, just glide right into it. Just do a nice segue.
Nice segue.
All right, who's got questions? We have questions.
I got a segue. Like, yeah, I just think about like the amount of fun you had in movie theaters. Think about your favorite movie experience. And I think mine, I always talk about this, mine was like Fast Five at the Hollywood Dome. And the one that comes second was The Dark Knight. And my question I wanted to pose to the group is, do you compare every single superhero movie that comes out to The Dark Knight? Now, I'm assuming The Dark Knight probably still our favorite superhero film, but for me, it's yes. And I don't do it on purpose, but every single superhero movie that comes out, I walk out of it and say, wow, that was good, but how does it compare to The Dark Knight? Does anyone else like that?
No, for me, I'd say no, because it's just they're all different. You know what I mean? Like, to me, Nolan movies are like their whole different category, and all of his movies feel the same.
Uh-huh.
And I just know that's going to be different from any. And obviously, the MCU movies, which I love, are very different in tone and style and humor. Right. And maybe like the early days of the DC stuff when they were trying to do the gritty, serious thing, and no, you're not. You're obviously. I mean, it's the same studio. It's still Warner Brothers, and Nolan even produced a bunch of those too. But it's like you're trying to replicate it, but not. You could tell they were trying to kind of recapture that. Marvel obviously is doing its own thing. So maybe with the DC Warner Brothers stuff a little bit, some of that, but No, I just know the Dark Knight is always going to be the top. Nothing is ever going to top that. And it's just that cold, calculated Nolan style. That's so, he's so much of a filmmaking genius and stuff. Like it just, I don't know. I
agree. I mean, I agree with you. It's more, I'll compare, the Dark Knight Rises, and I kind of
right that same trilogy
because it was Nolan produced, and that was the whole idea at the time. But no, I mean, when I look at, even if I go see Ant-Man, I don't think it's a better.
Yeah, I'm not comparing that to.
I don't think it's a better movie than Dark Knight, but I don't compare it.
Yeah,
I don't even think about. Yeah, no, I don't relate it to superhero movies. Just
well, then how do you guys compare? How do you guys quantify movies? Do you quantify them as DC movies, Marvel movies, and then rate them individually, or how do you quantify which movie is better than what?
I quantify them by the actual movie, by that how they told their story. With the Marvel movies, I do like, it plays a part in how they integrate them, because I do think that how they tell their story, and they keep the story going through different movies and that storyline. I do grade them on that a little bit, but just those movies. But each movie I kind of like. I mean, the Russo brothers movies I think are different from Kenneth Branagh's Thor. Yeah. And we watched a bunch of the first Marvel MCU movies that came out, we can tell that the tone is just a little bit more serious. And this is a Marvel movie; it was a little more serious than they are now. Mm-hmm. Like when we watched Thor, it wasn't Ragnarok.
Right.
Right.
It was the tone. It was a little more. It was an action movie, a little bit of comedy, but that's how they were. That's how MCU started out. Even Iron Man, the first Iron Man, it was good, but it was an action movie more so than one-liners popping out all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like.
I mean, I judge a movie based on how I felt after watching it. When the movie ends, do you go like, "Whoa, that was great"? Like, wow, that was a good movie. While you're watching a movie, but then also the moment it ends, right? Everybody has that feeling. You're like, that was fantastic. Like, I can't wait to watch that again, kind of thing. Like, I love it when I have that feeling at the end of a movie. It doesn't happen a lot. I watch a lot of movies that don't always have that that doesn't come that much, but I just, you instantly know when you've watched a movie that you love, I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting too, because I think my second favorite superhero film is either Winter Soldier or Watchmen. Mm-hmm. But as you can see, I like that dark stuff. But
I love Winter Soldier. That's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, for sure. But I didn't come out of Winter Soldier thinking, oh, how do I compare this to The Dark Knight? But one of the things that's interesting to me is we had been talking about superhero films were gaining a little bit of notoriety, and they were becoming more film than a niche genre superhero film. Their stories were becoming more advanced. And I remember Anthony Mackie saying, when I watch Winter Soldier, I really feel like this is a good film. I don't feel like it's a good superhero film. I feel like it's a good film. So I think that's something that The Dark Knight started, was this idea that superhero movies can be good films. But at the same, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just gonna tack onto that and just say, because The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan framed that in this crime epic. You could have taken out the superheroes and it would have been a great movie about gangsters in a city.
Well, there are no superheroes though, if you really think about it. That's going to be my next one.
Or the famous comic book characters. Yes, and Winter Soldier is like a 70s spy kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what's kind of great, is you're taking these comic book characters. You're not making a comic book movie. You're making a spy movie. You're making a mobster movie. They're kind of playing these different genres, and you're making a really good movie, and that genre just happens to star these comic book characters. And
that's the one thing I loved about Logan. Right. It's just
I was going to say that too.
This dystopian movie that has it's continuation of the X-Men, but obviously it's a complete style. Very Mad Max. And that's one thing I was excited for the New Mutants to come out, because that's a horror movie. It's a superhero horror movie.
Yeah. We saw the trailer. We were going to see The Invisible Man, and my girlfriend, and we were like, whoa, this is going to be good. I don't watch trailers online anymore. So I'm now as we're going through what we're going through now, I'm forced to like watch stuff and watch trailers and then like watch like videos that are talking about like the first character that's going to be introduced from X-Men into the MCU. Like I'm watching that stuff now, which I didn't before because I have to. But yeah, you're right. I love it when you can take a superhero film and then kind of flip the genre a bit and then make it more than just the I get a message on my thing.
How do we get unlimited minutes?
How do we get unlimited minutes? Chris just bought it. Anywho, so yeah.
Chris just upgraded our Cape Seat Free Zoom capabilities. Charge it to the corporate
account.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I think real quick, what are your top 5 films? Top 5 superhero films? I don't know this answer. I should know this answer, but I don't.
About yourself or about
us? About you guys.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's
That's
tough.
hard.
I don't have like a solid just top 5 off the top.
How do you not have a solid top 5?
I mean, I could tell you Dark Knight's probably up there. Batman Begins is probably up there. Winter Soldier for sure is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I mean that's
yeah,
my list.
Probably
that's
the
on my
same as
list.
a lot of people. You know, I don't know. I'd have to look. I mean, Endgame and Infinity War. I loved Endgame and Infinity War. I thought they actually.
I left them both, but I mean, Infinity War I like. And
which one?
I liked Infinity War better. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it, but that's not taking away from Endgame. It's just the style of the movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it because I mean, and just impressed with the fact that they stuck the landing after 20-something movies.
Yes.
You know, it really did. No, I don't think anybody disliked those movies. You know, it really. I think they did it well and they pulled it off.
And that's one thing in quarantine.
Yeah. The industry can talk as much trash as they want, but who else has done this? Who else has done what Marvel Studios has done?
Nobody. That's what's so impressive.
Nobody. Fox tried to do it with X-Men. I mean, they did it a little bit, but they weren't as like, you know, I think that MCU maybe took the blueprint from what they were doing with X-Men and actually did it right.
Yeah.
You know, that's I mean, it's funny because like with and it's not superhero movies, I won't stay on that much, but like, you know, the new Star Wars trilogy, I feel like they kind of stuck with this through line, but they let the directors like write their own thing. Because I feel like Return of the Jedi had its own story as good, and it was good, but then you get the next one, Rise of Skywalker, and it's just like they threw away half the plot and half the story points that were in Last Jedi.
They kind of did. There wasn't a lot of
did their own thing. Yeah.
Are you excited for Rian Johnson and what he's going to do? It's Ryan, right? He's doing the next 3.
Oh, he's developing his own trilogy, but we don't know what it's about. That's probably. I think in the meantime, he's doing a Knives Out sequel, which will be great.
Really, a Knives Out sequel?
Character, yeah. Well, another mystery for Benoit Blanc or whatever, Daniel Craig's character. So that'll be great.
Okay. All right. Because I was like, I mean, the movie was great, but I don't see sequel potential.
Oh no, it wouldn't be any of the other characters. Just Daniel Craig's character. It's kind of like the Agatha Christie, you know, Hercule Poirot, like the detective, or Sherlock Holmes, the detective with a new case kind of thing.
Nice. So he's going to leave James Bond and become this inspector.
Yeah, hey, he needs a new character to play now that Bond's done. Yeah, where else? That's another delay where we have to wait 7 more months for No Time to Die, which I was really looking forward to. Also.
Yeah, I was waiting.
I was in a meeting today and someone's like, I think they lost $45 million because they're going to have to start marketing James Bond film again. I didn't look into any of this, but
I mean,
think about the film.
It's possible, but it's going to do well. So, I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, I think they all lost money on the advertising. Like
Mulan, Mulan already had their world premiere. They had their premiere, and then the movie never came out.
Yes. Oh, yes, Mulan.
Damn.
I mean, it don't think it moved out that much. It's coming out in July, so I don't know. I mean, who knows if things will be up and running by July? But it only moved back like 4 months.
No, they were actually planning to still release that until the last minute.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have, because at that time, when they were still like when they were having their premiere, Wuhan, China was already locked down. They had already shut down their theaters. They had already like did everything, and that would have been a big movie out there in China, in Wuhan.
I mean, you can't blame the studio. Yeah, some of the Mulan was one of the movies. Maybe there was a couple others, but I think Mulan was one of the first big ones of movies that pushed their release before the movie theaters shut down in the U.S. And I think maybe the Bond movie did that too. This was before all the movie theaters shut down in the U.S. And they were thinking because the Mulan and Bond make huge amounts of money overseas, especially in China. China is where studios make a lot of their money on the big movies. And it's a product. You want to get that product out there to the people there. So, and then, I mean, now it looked like a great choice. I don't even think they thought that the U.S. would shut down as much as it had, including movie theaters. So now it's like, oh, well, they're probably glad they did that anyways, you know?
Yeah.
Well, no, I heard that China, they're going to open the movie theaters back up, and they're going to put Avatar in Endgame back in the movie theater.
They were going to, and then
Smart.
They shut everything down again because an outbreak happened again. Like they weren't ready yet.
Really?
They tried to reopen stuff too soon. So I don't know if they're still doing that or not. I'm not really sure. So
I mean, it just even if they do, I mean, I think that's kind of, I don't know. That seems like they just want to stoke a little controversy with the whole war between Endgame and Avatar again. Because if it gets released in the theaters, that adds to the Avatar's numbers.
Oh no,
yeah, that's the thing. It's going to add to that box office. Where right now I can watch, you can watch Endgame at home on.
Well, they're both owned by Disney too, so it's like.
I mean, out there, huh?
Disney owns the record regardless, and
right.
All-time grossing. So.
But also, what I heard is like they were going to do that, and they were going to release the Avengers movies, like all 4 of them. That would take away from Avengers box office, but it's not going to take away from Avatar's box office.
All 4 Avengers. Nobody wants to go see Age of Ultron again. Come on.
You didn't like Age of Ultron?
The Sokovia Accords came from the Ultron.
Yeah, Age of Ultron is not near the top of my Marvel movie ranking either. Yeah.
I mean, it's the worst of the Avengers. I will say that, yes.
Real quick, let's end this question up. So, Capers, if you think, I really want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you compare every superhero film to The Dark Knight when they come out? If that is your favorite film, drop us a comment. Let us know.
Yes, please. Yeah.
There's got to be more people out there like me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
you might just be one of a kind, Thought Junkie.
You're going to be disappointed. If you do that, you're going to be disappointed in pretty much every movie that you see forever.
Unless Matt Reeves just blows it out of the park.
That's true. I do like Matt Reeves a lot, man. His last couple Planet of the Apes movies were fantastic. Like amazing.
Cloverfield.
Dark, gritty movies. Yeah.
I mean, it could be. I mean, they have to stop down. They have to start up again. We'll see how that works. But
that's true. Yeah. I don't know how far they were into production, but yeah, that's one that just kind of, was in the very deep into filming and then had to just kind of stop. So
see, that movie I might compare to The Dark Knight because a whole nother Batman, and because you brought up the subject. So
true.
So now when I go, I mean, like, oh damn, Martin did say, and that's gonna be in my head, and I'm gonna compare it.
I just inceptioned you.
Yeah.
Chad, you have the third question, right?
Yeah. Did I have a question?
Or the third topic?
Oh, I don't remember now.
Okay, you guys are leaving me alone. I'm the only one here drinking.
I thought we had to have topics.
Are you killing me? Look at that.
Man.
Look at that.
Okay.
I'm doing my Thor.
All right, I guess my question is, what's I don't know, what's everybody been watching? What's everybody watching in all these?
Oh, hey, this is why I want to say this because I watched on Netflix. It's a series, and we talk about superhero movies. We're going to talk about the TV show for a second.
Is it not going to be Tiger King? Is it?
No, I'm not okay with this. It's a movie called I'm Not Okay. I mean, it's a TV show called I'm Not Okay with This.
Okay, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's to me. I mean, you literally look at it; it just looks like kind of like a teenage angst movie, but it's an actual superhero film. I mean, superhero series.
What?
I saw the trailer for it, so I watched it. And I mean, it is. It's just like this kind of coming of age. This girl, she's just growing up, and in this kind of like small town, and she's having her, the normal kind of like weird girl, brother, sibling thing, the boy across the street, kind of like those kinds of things, while she's discovering she has superpowers. But it's not played like a superhero movie at all. It's played like a teenage coming of age film. I mean, teenage coming of age TV show.
Okay.
It's like 6 episodes, so it's not even that bad. So yes, but when I watched, I'm like, damn, this is like a superhero movie in disguise.
Oh, that's the one with Sophia Lillis from It.
Yes.
From It, she's a star. Okay.
So hey, check that out.
Check it out. Have any of you guys watched? Have any of you guys watched The Boys?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Oh yeah, no, I watched The Boys.
Any television show that's not Marvel, I know Chad hasn't watched it.
No.
Superhero show.
The only one I have watched is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's pretty much it.
But you watched Agent Carter when it was out, right?
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I did watch Agent Carter. That's true.
Wait. Did you watch The Inhumans?
No, I did not bother. I'm probably glad. It's probably.
I thought you were a loyalist.
Did you watch what was the one about Charles Xavier's son?
Oh, Legion.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about Legion. Legion was an amazing show. You should definitely.
I didn't watch season 2. I only watched season 1.
Dude, watch Legion. Legion was one of the trippiest shows I have ever watched.
Okay.
They did some of the coolest stuff you've seen on TV, stuff you've never seen before on TV. FX pushes the boundaries on a lot of stuff. And yes, Chris, did you watch that show?
No, I watched the pilot, and then I was gonna.
Here's the thing, I don't read the comic book source material, so I knew it had something to do with Marvel, and I didn't really know. And it's just from Noah Hawley, who did like Fargo, and it takes a while before I don't want to spoil anything here in case people don't know, but it's like before they reveal what the show's actually about. It might be a couple seasons in. I'm like, oh, that's what this show is about. Like, I had no idea, but I loved it anyways.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Everyone said it was good. The pilot episode didn't hook me enough. I mean, I was going to still watch it. I just wound up getting busy.
It's seriously one of the trippiest things you will ever watch. Every episode is a trip. The way they film it and the visual effects and the way they portray, like, going inside people's heads and, they mess with time and space and reality, and it's crazy.
Is it? It's done right now, right? It
ended. I think it ended last year.
Okay, then I can purge that. I mean, I can binge that.
It must be streaming somewhere.
I'm purging my head. Sorry.
Maybe Hulu or something because it was FX. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I forgot. I have watched multiple comic book movie or shows.
TV shows, yeah.
I've been watching X-Men, the cartoon.
Oh, so you got that Disney Plus, huh? Disney Plus?
Well, and it's interesting how many. Well, my girlfriend got it, so I steal it from her. But it's interesting how many storylines from the first season of X-Men found its way into the cinematic X-Men films.
Really?
Like you have Days of Future Past. You have you have The Cure. We haven't seen. I really want to see Genosha Island. Chris, you know what I'm talking about, right?
And you mean in live action?
Yeah. I really want to see Genosha Island.
Up in the MCU. Huh.
Does it already?
I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
If it pops up in the MCU.
Did you hear about how they were going to integrate Rogue potentially into the next Captain Marvel?
I heard some rumor about that, which would be interesting because Rogue learns how to fly by stealing Captain Marvel's power. And
so I think we talked about this in one of the last episodes that what was it? The rights to all of Rogue's superpowers. Fox didn't have them or something along those lines. And so I was showing my girlfriend X-Men, the cartoon. She's like, wow, Rogue is so much more badass in the cartoon than she was in the movie. And so for Chad would know this, but for us, when we saw X-Men the first time, I'm like, why is Cyclops a wussy? Why is Rogue suck?
I mean, I personally figured, all right, they're just starting out Rogue. Rogue's just getting there.
Yeah.
So X2, she's going to start to fly.
They can't just have rights to certain powers. You get the character, and I think you get everything that comes with the character if a studio gets the rights.
I think because she gets her power from Captain Marvel, they couldn't do that storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
You think called
it wasn't like
was
the right to the power, just the right to the character.
Poor James Marsden, because Teddy on Westworld is a little bit of a wussy too.
I know. James Marsden's always the other man. You think Superman? What was it? The Return of Superman?
He plays opposite Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, he does.
Which I didn't see. I haven't seen that yet. I don't know if he's a wussy.
I haven't seen it either. But that made its money right before the theaters closed.
Yeah, I heard it's good. I'll check it out.
It had a big success after the whole being pushed because they had to change Sonic's look because he looked too.
I gotta watch. I do have to see Birds of Prey. That was the big comic book movie I think I missed this year so far. So.
It's the only comic book movie this year.
Okay, then yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm glad we got through the award seasons before all the craziness started to happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have been crazy if they had to push the Oscars.
Oh.
Hopefully this is all cleared up by the time the Emmys come around. And,
we didn't even think about what this means for award shows this year.
Yeah, I mean TV stuff. I don't know. I think they're going to relax some of the restriction or some of the qualifications for qualifying for the Oscars and Emmys. I think possibly, but I'm not
really.
Yeah. So speaking of the Oscars, now we have another Oscar-winning filmmaker making a Marvel movie. Now that Taika Waititi is an Oscar winner after winning Best Adapted Screenplay, Jojo Rabbit. So now he's making Thor: Love and Thunder, which comes out on February 18th, 2022. So we have a little time.
2022.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be November 2021. It would have been about 4 years exactly after Ragnarok, pretty much. But now we got to wait another 3 months for it. But oh well.
Yeah, I heard the Guardians are going to be in that too, but I don't know. That was a rumor.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, last we saw Thor, he was heading off with the Guardians, right? So
they have to be in it for a second at least. I mean,
Guardians in the Galaxy 3 does not have a date yet. So all the Marvel movies are dated up through July 2022. So it's going to have to be after that. So we probably will see the Guardians possibly in the next Thor first.
Right.
And then I have a feeling they'll go their separate ways at the beginning of that. Right. Thor will have his own adventure, and then the Guardians will pop back up again in Guardians 3, a little bit later, a year later or so. But we'll see.
I trust that they know what they're doing with that since they,
I'm sure they have that all.
Infinity War, they did it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's because James Gunn's still on Suicide Squad, which I don't know if that stopped shooting or they finished shooting with it, but
I think they finished.
Did they finish? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Because
that probably has a lot of headache. Yeah.
That's why they never set a date for it, and now who knows?
I don't know. Who knows? Crazy times, man. It is unprecedented. It's like everybody's trying to figure out how this works, and so yeah, technically, I mean, the entertainment industry is a non-essential industry, but it's like we still got to press on, and people need entertainment, and that's to work. So
that's my big thing, right? Because I work for a nonprofit that's also half entertainment industry as well. And it's like the first place that gets cut is the arts. But the arts is also what we turn to in our time of need. So that kind of sucks.
Well, but the thing is, we're talking about movies. I mean, there's still TV.
Yeah.
And there's, as far as industry goes, you still have TV.
Quibi launched this week.
Quibi's about to kill it.
No, it's a great time to launch because everyone's home.
Yeah, but you can only watch on your phone. It was meant for people on the go. Nobody's on the go right now. People just sit in front of their TV.
It's definitely on the stop right now.
I personally am not interested in only watching it on my phone.
Because you're like an old school millennial. You're like elder millennial.
Yes, I am.
That's the way. So I didn't realize it was only on the phone.
Yes, you cannot. You can only watch it on a phone. You can't even share your phone screen onto a TV.
Wow.
You can't download the app on a Fire TV, nothing like that. You would have to watch it either vertically or horizontally, on your phone. That's all you can.
What?
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, the thing is, I watch a bunch of stuff on my phone. I watch it I work out, I'll do stuff. I watch a bunch of stuff on my phone. But
that's me.
I like to have the choice.
I don't know.
I like to have the choice.
I'm a grumpy old man, so I don't know. Capers, if any of you have watched anything great on Quibi and you think we should check it out, let us know. But I don't know. I got enough stuff to watch. I got enough stuff I'm trying to catch up on right now. I don't need to add all these little, these little tiny little shows on my phone.
What do you mean you're trying to? You got plenty of time. You should be catching up on everything.
Honestly, I mean, I'm actually like really busy, working from home. Like I still work like a full like 8-hour day from home.
Yeah, actually I do too. I mean,
and it's like crazy. It's like I thought I'd have more time to be like, oh, I'll just put on some shows in the background. No, I'm like working all day. And I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, it's glad, I'm not complaining because I'm still happy to be able to be employed during all this. So,
yes,
but.
No, it's true. And it's just like, the thing is, I have friends that are like, they're at home, they're either, they're on furlough, whatever, or they got let go, whatever. They're at home from this quarantine and they're talking about, oh, I'm bored, I have nothing to do, or I'm just sitting around I don't feel that thing, because to me, I feel like except for the commute, work-wise, busy-wise,
that's true. That's true. I'm saving like 2 hours a day of not driving, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
and that's extra sleep. So, but
that's true. I'm literally sleeping in. That's how I'm doing.
Dude, I get up and I'm like, should I make breakfast? Okay, I make breakfast. And then I have like maybe 30 minutes before I start work. And I literally start work. I take a lunch for an hour, and then I go back to work, and then I'm done at like 9 p.m.
Oh, wow.
That's literally my day.
I mean, it happens to me sometimes, but man.
Well, what can the Capers expect from us from Cape Sea Free during this quarantine time, fellas?
Well, we'll do another episode. We'll do an act. We could go back to our old style of doing like commentary on a movie or something, right?
Yeah, we need to pick a good movie. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
To relaunch, because we haven't had a new full episode with the three of us since last June.
Yeah, no, since I think the last one came out in October.
That was
okay.
October?
Last year.
The last Blade is Blade Part 2, I believe.
Blade 2, yeah.
We're overdue.
Okay,
so,
question.
So, hey, maybe Capers, we need to pick a good movie for us to do next. Well, I shouldn't say that. We'll pick a good movie to do next.
That doesn't Tropic Thunder. That doesn't fit our. It's not our MO over here.
Are they superheroes? Though? Are they?
Well, technically, I guess there's 2 superheroes in it if you want to count Mystery Men. But.
Ooh, that's true.
But that ain't a superhero movie. No.
Nacho Libre. He's not a superhero too.
Dude. What was I watching a few days ago that every single person in there was in part of the MCU? It was crazy. Every single actor was in the MCU. I forgot what it was. No. Every actor was a superhero movie actor. It was The Prestige.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not hard at this point to find.
Oh, what was that?
Scarlett, Rebecca Hall, Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine.
Yeah, Nolan directing. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's true. That's cool.
Nice. All right, fellas, shall we sign off?
Let's do it. Yeah. Well, good chat with you guys, and good. Thanks for listening, Capers, and we'll bring in some guests probably coming up. Next couple episodes too. Right.
So and tune into the channel. You'll catch some episodes, and you're gonna be able to catch the latest one. You'll catch the next one and this one right now. So yeah, if you want to catch them, make sure you tune in. Otherwise, it's your own damn fault for missing them.
Oh,
hey, dropped it. And if you watch our old episodes, you know the significance of that. And Judy Greergate.
Judy Greergate.
Martin, I don't see any green lamps behind you or anything. But
I know. Dang it.
We didn't go good.
We got to remember all the things that we look for.
Let's go at Cape Sea Free. Check out our IG at Cape Sea Free.
Cool.
Check out our YouTube channel.
All right.
All right, y'all. Yeah. Be safe out there.
Good seeing you guys.
Social distancing. Stay the S home.
Good seeing you guys too. All right. Good seeing you guys.
You guys too.
Yeah. Stay safe, everyone.
All right.
All right. Out of here. Till next time.